Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself to you first. My name is Lisa Febiyana. My student's number is 18 20 20 50 65. I'm from PBI 2018. Today, I would like to present my first chapter of research proposal, which the title is Students' Dominant Errors on Using Simple Present Tense in Writing Descriptive Text at the First Grade of Junior High School number 16 Palembang. On the first chapter, it is about the introductions. On introductions, there are 4 chapters. It is divided by 4 chapters. The first chapter is background. The second is the problems of the study or the research problem. The third one is objective of the study or the research objective. And the last one or the fourth is the significance of the study or the research significance. Okay, we'll go to the first chapter. It is background. Nowadays, English is very important to the world because it is the international language. According to Subasini and Kokilavani, 2013, on page 56, English is the foremost common dialect at all over the world. It is the dialect of prevalent organizations, higher legal, progress, instruction, and also strategy. Meanwhile, Brumfitt 1994 on page 3 states that English could be an inclusive dialect since its speakers are broadly dispersed from all over the world. In English, there are 4 skills that ought to be mastered. One in every of them is writing. The definition of writing are diversely declared by some experts. In line with White, 1986 on page 10, writing is the method of expressing the ideas, information, data, or expertise and perceive the writing to soak up the knowledge or some information to share and learn. In writing, the position of grammar in English gains prominence in language teaching, particularly in English as a second language and also English as a foreign language or far-off language. Without having a decent data of grammar, the learners can face some difficulties in learning English, particularly in writing. So, in writing, students have to master the grammar, and also one of the grammar is tenses. However, the structural variations between Indonesian and English can cause some students to create grammatical errors. Within the different words, Indonesian students sometimes face some difficulties in using the correct structures in English because of their native language. And then, the rule of grammar that is taken into account to be the foremost difficult to find out for Indonesian students in tenses, for example, is simple present tense. According to Frank, 1972 on page 66, mentions that simple present tense is employed to express a habitual action with adverbs like always, sometimes, usually, or typically, and so on. One of the language features of descriptive text is the simple present tense. According to Wardiman in Fitrianti 2014 on page 16, descriptive text is a type of text that describes a specific thing, persons, or other. So, we use the simple present tense on composing descriptive text. When learning, making mistakes is a natural part of the process. It is very possible that this will happen to foreign language students. According to James 1998, error analysis is the process of determining the cause of the language failure. because it is said over a few distinctive components between two dialects, Indonesian and English, can cause the learning issues for Indonesian understudies who learn English, particularly in composing descriptive text. And then students must be able to master and correctly apply the structure in order to write a good composition. Of course, some errors will be occur if the students do not master and apply the structure correctly. The writing will be invariably lead to some misunderstanding among the readers. Because of their limited mastery, the majority of students continue to face this issue. One issue is that the students do not understand the distinction between regular and irregular verbs. And most of the students in junior high school think that writing is the most difficult skill in learning English. It is caused by a number of factors. The first one is they are unable to organize their ideas when composing the sentences. And then they have fewer vocabularies. So their composition is less sentences is so in a general vocabularies. And then the third one is they do not master the grammatical. So the reader will face some misunderstand word. And also the last one is they continue to be influenced by the native language. In this case, the descriptive text is learned by the 7th grade students and 8th grade students of junior high school. Meanwhile, the students still find some difficulties in writing descriptive text without making any errors, especially in simple present tense. Based on the previous study, Ratna, Patuan, and Budi on 2013, students use simple present tense more accurately, with a percentage of 73,81%. And for Siti Himatsul 2017, students still made numerous errors when using the simple present tense on descriptive text. Such error are as high as 34% in this ordering, with the explanation being that the students are unfamiliar with English grammar due to variations in grammar rules between Indonesian and English. And the last is Uswatun 2017. Students still made errors with a percentage of around 50% on omissions errors caused by the dominance of Indonesian in their daily grammar or native language. So based on the previous study, it is clear that we can see on the last 5 until 7 years ago, the percentage of errors in using simple present tense on descriptive text is still big. It's still high for the last 5 until 7 years. So, based on the previous explanation, the researchers decided to write a final project entitled Students' Dominant Errors on Using Simple Present Tense in Writing Descriptive Text at the First Grade of Junior High School number 16 Palembang. The second one is research problem. On research problem, the researcher wants to answer the question that what are the students' dominant errors on using simple present tense in writing descriptive text at the first grade of junior high school number 16 Palembang. And for the research objective, the researchers hope that in this research, the researcher can find out the dominant errors on using simple present tense in writing descriptive text at the first grade of junior high school number 16 Palembang. And the last one is research significance. On this research significance, for the researchers, it is to obtain experiments and knowledge in the researchers' research. For the English teachers, to provide teachers with inspiration and information about the importance of simple present tense in teaching descriptive text. And for the students, to increase the ability and interest of students in learning simple present tense, which can enhance their ability to compose descriptive text. Okay, I think that's all from me. I'm so sorry if there were so many mistakes. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.